Imagine waking up one morning to find out your new neighbors aren't just from another country, but from another galaxy. Yep, the rumors are true. Aliens are not only real, but they've decided to crash on our couch for a while. Not in an Independence Day-style invasion, not in some covert men in black background role. They're actually living among us. As in, the alien family from Zeta Reticuli just moved in next door, they're kids in your math class, and they're asking to borrow your lawnmower. What happens next? Do we panic? Do we throw a welcome barbecue? Or do we collectively just pretend this is fine while quietly spiraling into existential dread? Either way, let's imagine what life would really be like if aliens were staying with us. First things first, language barriers. We've spent decades learning French on Duolingo and still can't order a croissant correctly, and now we have to figure out Glarbnaxian dialects that are sung backwards in frequencies only dogs can hear. Communication apps would explode overnight. Google Translate would need a serious upgrade, and suddenly alien language majors would be the new hot college track. Forget med school, parents everywhere would be bragging, "My daughter's fluent in 3 Earth languages and 2 interstellar ones." But once we get the hellos, and "please don't eat that, it's a fire extinguisher," sorted out, the real fun begins. Alien cuisine? Buckle up. Their snacks could range from molecularly deconstructed stardust chips to gravity-resistant pudding blobs that hover just out of reach unless you're telekinetic. And imagine alien TikTok chefs going viral for turning a hydrogen-infused marsh fruit into a 7-course floating meal orb. On Earth, people once got hyped over cronets. Now it's all about fusion dishes that require a mini particle accelerator to heat up. Culturally, things would get weird in the best way. Earth holidays would take on a whole new vibe. Picture Halloween with costumes that actually morph, thanks to some handy alien biotech. Or Christmas, but instead of mistletoe, people hang small anti-gravity baubles that play intergalactic jingles every time someone walks by. And don't get me started on weddings. Alien-human fusion ceremonies would be absolute raves, multidimensional, scented light projections, synchronized thought-sharing vows, and instead of, "you may kiss the bride," it's, "you may now neural link your minds for eternity." Of course, not everything would be shiny and fun. The economy would go through a complete identity crisis. Suddenly, alien tech could do your job better, faster, and while also composing a symphony in the background. But new industries would boom. Galactic tourism, xenofashion, cosmic pet grooming. And you better believe reality shows would milk this for all it's worth. Keeping Up with the Clarks would dominate streaming charts. Meanwhile, politicians would scramble to include interplanetary diplomacy on their resumes, while conspiracy theorists would explode into a collective "I told you so" dance that could probably be seen from space. Schools would introduce new subjects like Intro to Galactic Ethics and Navigating Wormholes 101. Your kid's science fair project? A miniature Dyson sphere that actually powers your blender. And let's talk relationships. Cross-species dating apps would emerge overnight. People would swipe right on beings with 6 arms and minds like quantum computers. There'd be debates. Can you date someone who doesn't age linearly? What does a breakup look like when your ex can predict the outcome of the conversation before it starts? Awkward. Religion and philosophy would take a wild ride too. Suddenly, the "are we alone in the universe?" question is answered, and now we're stuck with way bigger questions like, what does it mean to be human when the neighbor's dog is from a moon that orbits a gas giant? Our stories, myths, and even our sense of self would shift as we realize we're just one small piece in a much bigger cosmic puzzle. Maybe it humbles us. Maybe it unites us. Or maybe we still can't agree on where to put the remote. Over time, we'd adapt. Our cities would grow vertically and dimensionally, public transport might include teleport pads, and intergalactic Wi-Fi would finally be fast enough for your cousin's 12-hour live streams. Fashion would evolve. Goodbye pants, hello glow-reactive energy wraps. And pets? Who wouldn't want a tiny, floating, purring blob that changes color based on your mood? In the end, having aliens stay with us wouldn't just change what we do, it would change who we are. We'd learn to see the world, and ourselves, through entirely new lenses. And maybe, just maybe, we'd become a little more curious, a little more open-minded, and a whole lot weirder. So, what do you think? Could humanity handle having alien roommates? Would we rise to the occasion, or just freak out because their food smells like burned marshmallows and static electricity? Let us know in the comments. Hit that like button if your curiosity's been abducted, and don't forget to subscribe for more wild what-if scenarios. Until next time, keep wondering, because the universe is full of strange neighbors, and one day they just might move in.